Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, inside the Bradley Center to resume day 2 of the round of 64. As we have here 11 seed Colorado, who played their way into this round, versus the outright Mountain West champs, 6 seed New Mexico. Winner of this game will face whoever survives the contest that features 14 seed Florida Gulf Coast and 3 seed Michigan State. That's going to be around a 32 matchup. Of course, we got to wait for both games to happen to figure out what will be happening in that game slot for the next round. But in front of us, we have an interesting battle. What could have been in the Elite Eight a couple of seasons ago, when Colorado upset Michigan. New Mexico was very close to advancing to the Elite Eight as well, but they fell just short to eventual Final Four team Marquette, who was a 2 seed at the time. New Mexico was a 3 seed. A fun fact. Well, hello everybody, I'm your play-by-play commentator for this one, Commissioner Daniel of this league, and with me is Mr. March Madness 2.0 Killian as color commentary. Now, happy to be back and continuing the action, and I don't know, I've gotten to hear the perspective of Coach O'Day of Louisville, who helped out tremendously last time that we were having the madness unfold. And he and I got to witness that incredible upset. The Bucknell over West Virginia one. But I mean, before we get into things, I'm sure you have an opinion about it as well. I mean, tell me about it. Like, what's your reaction?
I mean, there's not a lot to say, but just to say it's March Madness, anything can happen. Upsets are known to happen, but I mean, that was just a huge one because, coming into this tournament, you're thinking West Virginia has such an easy path to the Sweet 16 and even to the Final Four. West Virginia had everything going for them until they met this Bucknell team, and this Bucknell team absolutely shocked the world, and now they're into the second round when nobody expected it. A lot of brackets were probably busted. I mean, probably all of them were. Nobody expected that Bucknell team to defeat such a dominant West Virginia team. But, like I said, anything can happen here in this March Madness tournament.
If I'm not mistaken, I think out of all the brackets that I've seen be filled out, I can confidently say that they've all had West Virginia go to at least around a 32. Onwards, I don't know about, but we've had a lot of people think that West Virginia would make the Elite Eight and even the Final Four. So it's unfortunate, but hey, par for the course, right? This happens every single season. You just never know where. But with that said, here we go. We got to continue, and we're back in the venue where that upset happened, the Bradley Center, and now we got Colorado, New Mexico on the clock. And let's take a little bit of a closer look at these two teams. Of course, Colorado coming from the Pac-12, a little bit a more competitive Pac-12 this time around. And then New Mexico, this is a team that reclaimed their throne after they lost it last season. What's your take on how these two match up against each other?
Yeah, the points per game for both teams are neck and neck, and just the 3-point percentage is very high for these teams. It comes down to more in the paint for these teams, as you can kind of see. But this Colorado team, after losing a great head coach and Coach Provo, they kept that gas pedal going. They didn't stop. They're back in the tournament for the third time?
Yes.
And they're just making more and more impact every time they come back, and they're just ready to make another move here again against this New Mexico team. But I have a great value in this New Mexico team. They got something going here. They are filled with all seniors, and this team they're just so compact together that I think this is finally the time where they can make a huge run in this tournament.
Possibly, maybe the stars have aligned for this Lobo squad, but ultimately we have to see how this one goes down. but it's pretty soon that we started as well. The refs have cleared the court. Warm-ups are done. Everybody is huddling up, and we're officially here. This is the scene here on the court floor. And here it is. Just again, seeing Bucknell be the first team through to the round of 32 in this part of the region is still unbelievable. Here are the starting lineups for Colorado's Christian Davis and Braden Smith in the backcourt. Abubakar Traore, Robert Ish, and Cameron Stitt in the front court for the Buffs. You have Nick Jackson, JJ Lauda in the backcourt for the Lobos. Juman Rollins, Andre Blake, and Mitty Gavin round out the front court for the Mountain West outright champions. And it's great to see. I think this is a matchup that we wanted to see for quite a while. Andre Blake versus Robert Ish. We'll get to have it. And tip-off will go to New Mexico. Here we go. The Lobos start out. Who is going to be the main player in this game that you'll watch out for? As Mitty Gavin misses a shot right there.
The main player that I'm looking at right now for this game is Mitty Gavin. You know, he is kind of the key player for this game right now. And, you know, that big power forward he's going to make a splash here tonight. But you also got to watch out for Andre Blake. You know, those two guys in the paint are very dangerous, and it's very hard to get around those two.
They have combined to be a dangerous duo. And right there, Andre Blake's already going to get to the free throw line, putting Robert Ish in the ringer. First foul committed by him, which, in all honesty, Colorado, if they want any success in this game, they're going to need to keep Robert Ish out of foul trouble. First free throw goes for Andre Blake, and the scoring has officially opened for this game. Andre Blake started off at Kentucky as a freshman and played a season for Kentucky. Was a part of a team that I think finished runner-up in the SEC to Oklahoma, and then went on to transfer to New Mexico afterwards. Has had a great time there. Christian Davis almost turns the ball over, but he can't get the shot to fall. He actually transferred over from Bradley. A lot of Bradley transfers after their past couple of seasons, you know, in March. We have seen so many scattered across the country. And for New Mexico, I don't think they have one, but they have JJ Loudon, who was at Weber State. Look at his passing, though. Shot does not fall for Rollins, but Blake misses the putback. Here's Traore, Abubakar Traore, who transferred from Long Beach State. A whole lot of passing here, done very quickly by this Buffs team. And inside feed to Traore, picks up the botch, but still misses the shot here. A little bit of a sloppy start so far for both teams.
Yeah, right now this is usually kind of what we see from this New Mexico team, as that's going to be a foul on New Mexico?
No, Colorado. They called the reach in on Braden Smith, I think.
And just another foul. I mean, this Colorado team's kind of playing a little handsy right now. They got to kind of slow it down here on defense.
New Mexico's getting aggressive, though. Andre Blake trying to take charge in the paint. And Christian Davis is the one that was drawn in for the contact there. First free throw goes for Blake here again. No field goals yet within the first almost 2 minutes of the game, which is something you really don't see very often. Oh, and he missed the other free throw. So start for both teams. Jumper by Stitt is way off the mark. Again, this New Mexico defense is all up in your face. They keep the pressure up, and whoa, floater by Mitty Gavin. There you go. That's your first made shot of the ball game.
And yeah, you're going to see kind of more of a defense kind of night for New Mexico. They're so great at defense. That's why some of their games aren't very high scoring. It's just their defense is so good.
And speaking of it, that was a block down low by Nick Jackson on Braden Smith. Feed inside, another floater. Oh, off the mark. And Stitt picks it up. Colorado moving quickly, though. They haven't scored a single point yet in this game. Feed inside, Robert Ish. Christian Davis, 2-ball goes. Finally, they're on the board.
Yeah, that's what Colorado needs. They need that first bucket to go in. and that's when they get the gas pedal to go. They just start rolling, and this New Mexico team's got to watch out for that.
Pass inside, Andre Blake seems like he's been the go-to guy so far in this one. Rollins, who transferred over from Dayton. A lot of transfers for this New Mexico team. They just loaded up on a bunch of experience. Feels like a last hurrah for Coach Pitt. Mitty Gavin, turnaround shot, no good. Rebounded by Robert Ish. They're making quick work, but they turned it over. Blake with the free lane slams it down. Colorado team's got to get their bearings straight. Here's Traore. Bounce pass in, tipped away by Mitty Gavin. Can't keep it in though. So Colorado will inbound. Again, we saw part of this when they played Northwestern. They won that game, but let's be honest. Colorado is going to have to try a different game plan other than just force it inside the paint. 2-ball by Christian Davis. There you go.
Yeah, you know, you look at their record and you see 19 and 13, and you just kind of wonder how they made it in. It's because Colorado, I mean, they play better than what their record says.
Right there, Robert Ish already has to go to the bench as Andre Blake forces him out the game with 2 fouls. We know Tad Boyle is going to play it safe with his star man. He's going to need him in the second half now. In the game is... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, that's what you don't want to see. You don't want to see Robert Ish go out early in the game. That's such a big loss for this Colorado team. New Mexico's got to adapt to that.
Well, we'll see how this really changes things up as Tim Veal is now in the game in relief for Robert Ish. Braden Smith feeds it down low. Traore, 2-ball off the mark. New Mexico defense is forcing these tough looks for Colorado. They're trying to pace themselves, but to a fault. Nick Jackson. Now Rollins. Playing a little bit slower than we're used to seeing, but it ends up in Blake's hands. Fade away 2. No, rebounded by Traore. Already getting this thing up the court very quickly for Davis. He's going to have to be one of the leaders in this one. Stitt, 2-ball goes. There you go. Cameron Stitt, the transfer from Delaware State. And Mitty Gavin. Whoa, what a block! Cameron Stitt got up there to block a guy who's 6 inches taller than him just for Braden Smith to turn it over.
I mean, kind of a slow start of the game, but, you know, such a great defensive game for both teams.
Rollins, 2-ball, no. Rebounded by Veal. Our New Mexico's, you know, have been able to hold their own on defense, but offensively still haven't been able to get the gears turning. What a pass inside for Cameron Stitt.
And what a play there. I mean, nobody was even on Robert Stitt. He was able to get around that New Mexico defense and have an open lane right to the basket.
And it's tipped away. Traore got in the lane again. Smith gives it off to him. A little give and go here. And pass inside, but Andre Blake saw it from a mile away. Rollins now controlling things for the Lobos. Blake gets free. In the corner, Loudon to Nick Jackson. Foul drawn on Braden Smith. So free throws coming in. That's his second foul. That's right, because of the reach and foul from earlier. So now they got to go to Cyrus Maynard. They're down 2 starters already.
And just another huge loss for this Colorado team. They are playing way too handsy right now for way too much fouling. I mean, this New Mexico is taking advantage of that.
First free throw goes for Nick Jackson, and that's the whole part of the game. Try and get warmed up from the charity stripe if it's not happening right away. They're making it known. They'll do whatever it takes to get points on the board. Maynard trying to work in. Braces a lot of contact. Trying to work in on Nick Jackson. He may just try and take this thing himself. Nope. Bounce pass to Traore. Davis. Veal. Over to Davis. That's a 3-ball. No, and it's rebounded by Rollins. New Mexico team. Still warming up, so to say. Gavin in the corner. Bounce passing. Jackson misses. And that's Veal picking it up. Again, we go back and forth with all of these bricks. Traore down low. Maynard, 2-ball. He misses that one. And Gavin picks it up.
And just kind of poor shooting from both teams right now. It is just not going their way.
Screen set. Loudon pulls up. Mid-range jumper is clean. J.J. Loudon. One of Weber State's most influential players over the past few seasons. Now wants a real shot at some glory. Left-handed jumper right there by Veal goes through. But yeah, you can see those the field goals right there. I mean, it's pretty low. Gavin 3-pointer, no. That's not how you heat up. Traore. We're almost halfway through this game. And it's tipped away, still with the Buffaloes here. Traore fadeaway 2-ball. No. Blake on the boards. Here's Jackson. Over to Rollins. Alley. Oh, what a play!
Just another big dunk. I mean, New Mexico's here to make a lot of noise, and that was just a huge move from New Mexico.
Maynard goes for the 2. There you go. It's a good look right there. He capitalized on it, but yeah, that was one hell of an alley-oop. Now Nick Jackson waiting for play to develop. Loudon's in the corner. And it's sent away by Traore. Will he be able to keep it in? He will not. So it'll stay with the Lobos here. And considering what we know about Colorado and New Mexico, this has got to be a low in terms of scoring output, because we're just a little bit over halfway through the first half. I don't think I've ever seen either of these teams have 15 points or fewer.
I mean, it's just kind of looking more like a defensive game, and you know, a lot of the scoring is from the free throw line for this New Mexico team.
See if it continues. It's on Washington. Over to Loudon. Loudon drains the 2.
And it's also just New Mexico is not able to get around this Colorado team to get to the three-point line.
Veal, 3-pointer Veal. No. I mean, you got to try something, but I don't think that was the right shot to try there, especially for the center. Now Hassan. Try to feed it inside, but Rollins picks it up and just slams it home. Buffalo still struggling here. It's Caden Pierce, I believe. Over to Veal. Maynard now on the right wing. 2-ball by Davis is way off the mark. New Mexico running the other way. And Hassan Washington just gives it away unnecessarily. I don't know what he saw there. Davis 3-pointer. Nothing. Washington tries to drive in. Here's Rollins. Backs up. I mean, if that doesn't explain how this game has gone so far, I don't know what does. Now here's Oral Wyatt, I believe. Rollins feeds it. That's right there. Mulb and Washington, after all of that chaos down low, picks up the score.
And now New Mexico is just still on that gas pedal. They're kind of making a little bit larger gap in this lead.
Oh, beautiful shot by Cameron Stitt, though. So far has been Colorado's most effective player from the floor, hitting half of his shots. Bounce pass in. Wyatt, 2-ball goes. We saw a lot of him coming off the bench for Kansas, and now he's doing the same for the Lobos in his graduate season. Now Davis rifles it in and is tipped away. The Lobos are on it. Here's Washington. Rollins. What a dunk!
Wow. I mean, what an absolute dunk.
He just seized the moment right there. He saw space. He said, it's go time. Maynard draws the foul on Oral Wyatt. I think this will be Colorado's first free throws of the game, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of changes here, though. Rollins is the only starter that's coming off the floor. I think him and Loudon. See the start. We see mainly all starters back on the floor except Griffin Hall and Adrian Murray, who in their own right should be starting for a team at this point in their career, but they've stayed loyal to New Mexico. Maynard, who transferred from East Carolina, completes the free throw chip right here. They're back to applying pressure, trying to catch New Mexico slipping. They do. Dickerson layup goes.
And that's what this Colorado team needs. They need to get back on the track and get back to scoring. They need to, keep up the defense.
Blake somehow got the ball there after it was tipped away. But look at this. Colorado running. Oh, Traore is going to slow it down. I think he should have kept going. But great defense there. Feed inside, almost lost. Dickerson picks it up. Stitt, 2-ball. No, and it's rebounded by Jackson. Now we're under 4 minutes in this half, or at least that's what's remaining. Mitty Gavin, that's a deep 2. Nothing. And what a rebound and stuff by Andre Blake. Dickerson, Maynard, he gets it back. He draws the foul, and he'll get free throws. That's Jackson committing his first. Strausser is out of the game for Veal. I think I saw Loudon re-enter the game for Adrian Murray. But here's Dickerson. He'll get the first free throw. What does Colorado have to do better to close this gap?
They gotta find a way to, do a little bit better without Robert Isha out there. I know that's such a big key that they lost here in the first half, but they got to figure out how to get around that. But they also got to stay more aggressive on defense. Not too aggressive where you're dealing out fouls every time, but you got to stay more aggressive. And there it is. I mean, that's what they need, and they need to keep going when they have the ball. They can't stop. And when they have an open lane, they got to keep going.
All right there, Christian Davis took a long 2 and he hit that thing really cleanly. Here's Griffin Hall, though. All of a sudden, Colorado has drawn this thing to 5 points. Loudon almost stretched this thing to an 8-point lead, but it rolled out on him. Or spun out on him. Oh, what a feed into Veal. He misses, but he gets his own miss and puts it in.
What a reverse dunk. I mean, what a great dunk, and now they're only down by 3. What a little bit of comeback they've had.
New Mexico trying to force it into the star players, but oh my, another alley-oop. Oh, can't get it to go. Why not try it again? Couldn't get it, and it's almost intercepted. Traore, no, rebounded by Blake. It's been a messy game so far. And Hall is out of bounds.
I mean, just an absolute slop fest for both teams. It's just not their normal basketball. They're just playing, a little bit slow, too many missed shots, and just, it's kind of more of a defense kind of game tonight.
which is surprising to say about both teams, considering how fast they like to play. Maynard, Traore draws the foul. He completely airballs it, but we know why. Rollins called for the foul there. Yeah, it's a lot of contact. Here we go. An opportunity to trim this thing down all the way to a singular point. Traore shanks the first free throw. But the second one he will hit. We're down to 2 minutes, basically. And New Mexico gets stripped again. Maynard. Oh, wow, what a play. Traore ties it up.
An open lane, and I mean, just absolutely dominant performance right now by Colorado, and they've now tied this game, and it's now a timeout with teams tied now.
Which is honestly crazy to me because of the flow of this game, but I really don't know what to say about it except this is a beautiful mess. Here we are, close game, but it has not been a technical masterpiece. It has been a slugfest. It has been full of bricks. I feel like we could build a town hall for Milwaukee with all the misses that we've seen in this game. But what else can you say about what we've seen so far?
It's just a lot of missed shots, a lot of rush plays. That's leading to a lot of missed shots. But, aggressive defense by both teams. You got to kind of control it to where you're not dealing so many fouls. And there's a big three.
J.J. Loudon hits it. Colorado caught napping on the inbound. He had a lot of open space there.
And maybe
Maynard.
that's what I was going to say. Maybe that's what this team needs to get back into this game. A big three and just a terrible shot.
Yeah, very much so rushed. That was after a Colorado turnover there. And we're absolutely swatted away. And Mitty Gavin gets the feed. I think those are his first points of the game. Or actually, no, this is point number 4 right there. I forgot about that one crazy floater. Maynard beats Christian Davis. 2-ball. Davis. Brick. And it's... Oh my, almost turned over. Jackson 3-ball. No, rebounded by... Who is that? Strausser. Less than a minute left. Maynard, this intricate passing. Traore draws the foul and one. On Mitty Gavin, too. Or excuse me, Jermaine Rollins. Excuse me. Still a big play. Beal and Stitt are now back in the game. And he shanks the free throw.
Colorado's got to come or go into this halftime, figure out their free throw shooting, because it's not doing well in this first half.
Bounce pass in. Gavin gets fouled in the process by Stitt. Let's see. It's not the best angle, but I guess I'll lean towards this being the correct call. Look, but this man Mitty Gavin, he played his freshman season at Michigan, shanked the free throw. Jeez, a whole bunch of free throw trouble in this game. But he played his freshman season at Michigan, didn't really see much of the court. He transferred over to New Mexico, and that has been his home, and he has really made the most of it. Shot clock is off here. Traore. Davis is going to take this one. Foul on Loudon.
And that's going to be Loudon's, what, second or third?
I think it's just his first. He's still in the game here. First free throw goes for Davis. This has been a slobber knocker, which I rarely ever say about a basketball game. More pressure here on Nick Jackson. Handles it well, gives it up to Loudon. He's now pressured. Over to Jackson. They're trying to slow him down, not give him an opportunity at some points. They got 7 seconds, though. They turned it over. Colorado, just get this thing up. What are you doing? Davis is just going to heave this one from half court. Oh! Dangerously close. New Mexico could have been down 1 heading into halftime, but that prayer wasn't answered. They instead only lead by 2. And I'll just reiterate what we've seen so far. A slugfest. What else can you say about this first half?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at field goal percentage, I mean, it's very low by both teams. You know, it's usually they would have a lot more going in. You know, it's just been a slugfest for both teams. Their shooting is just not on key. Now Colorado coming into the second half is not going to have Robert Ish back on the court, so it's going to be interesting to see how this game.
Hey, they have Braden Smith back in the game too, but he just gave it away like he's doing charity work for I don't even know who, for just somebody. Here's Rollins, gives it up. Gavin, jeez, what a wingspan. Takes the shot, and no, rebounded by Robert Ish. And to think that Colorado is down by 2 without Braden Smith and Robert Ish for majority of the first half, you have to feel good if you're a Colorado fan. Smith, 2-ball, rings it in. We're tied.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, Colorado has been able to stay in this game with their two key players missing in the first half, but now they're back, so it's going to be interesting to see how they do with their key players back.
Jermaine Rollins misses a pretty good look from 3 right there. Buffalo's now controlling things. Stitt. Traore. He'll dive in. Davis, 2-ball. Bam! Colorado leads.
And this is their first time leading in this entire game, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Nick Jackson and this New Mexico offense is stagnant. Trying to figure out what the heck they got to do to crack through the foundation. Blake, turnaround 2. What a shot. I guess do that. Here's Traore. He'll get it to Robert Ish. Smith. Bounce pass in, almost turned over. Stitt picks it up, misses. Robert Ish, no, excuse me, that was Davis with the board, but he got blocked on the attempt. Loudon somehow gets through and puts it in.
That big body, I mean, he's thrown his body into that player, and he's just able to get that ball to go in. I mean, aggressive offense there.
What a shot by Cameron Stitt. In rhythm, too.
I mean, if Robert Ish and their other key player aren't in the game, you know, Stitt is going to be right there to get this team back in it.
Rollins misses another shot, this time from the corner. This is a guy that is capable of hitting those shots, just so far hasn't been able to connect. There's Braden Smith. Who's the other guy? Oh, wow, what a pass. Blocked by Blake. Blocked again by Gavin.
I mean, you can't go into the paint with Gavin and Blake right there. You are not going to be able to get a shot to go in with those two monsters right there.
Toss into Gavin. Foul drawn on Cameron Stitt. Free throws coming for the Aussie. Or excuse me, he's not from Australia. He's got relatives from there, but in my sheet it actually says he's from Chicago, Illinois. My fault. But here he is, big-time player for this Lobos team. Has been for the last few years. Gets the first free throw here. This has been oddly fun to watch so far, hasn't it?
I mean, it is a slow start for both teams, but this has been a good game. This is what we kind of, I mean, we didn't really expect, but we knew defense was going to come into play into this game.
Braden Smith, 2-ball. No. Rebounded by Loudon. So good to see you, Coach O'Day. Jackson. Trying to find his spot. Screen set. Gives it off. Blake, deep 2. Oh, way off. Smith. Traore. Open 3. Got it.
Colorado now back with the lead. They got to play good on defense to where New Mexico doesn't make it back in this game.
Oh my! What a tip in by Mitty Gavin. And bless you. I know you're having hiccups right now.
Yeah, a little bit of hiccups, but you know, we're good. But you know, New Mexico back with that 1-point lead. You know, they're not going.
Well, I don't know if you're saying anything, but what a shot right there from distance by Cameron Stitt. Rollins draws a foul and 1. That's Robert Ish's 3rd foul. Absolutely.
And you know, this is what we kind of expected.
Go ahead. Go.
Oh, let's finish what I was saying.
Oh, Smith is going coast to coast, and he just got it. With how both of these teams have been playing on defense, that might be the most surprising thing I've seen all night so far. I can see what I need to hear. So how did Rollins get that one up? That's crazy. I thought he was blanketed. Into Robert Ish. Bounce pass in for Traore. Comes up awfully short on the open look.
I mean, you had a great pass by Robert Ish. You just need to make the easy layups.
I felt like that was a not missed look. Jackson drills the 2-ball. Oh, and he got fouled in the process. Jeez.
Only 4 points for Nick Jackson tonight. Kind of a low game for him.
What's that kind of way for all of these guys so far? Traore, corner 3, bang!
This Colorado team is not going away.
New Mexico's got to be careful now with all their possessions. Jackson to Blake. Blake rises up over Robert Ish. No go. Look at the Buffs run. Here's Christian Davis. See if they can get set up here. What does New Mexico allow for them to do? They allow for them to get the ball to Robert Ish. What a 2. It's a game of chess here. Almost turned over. Blake, 2-ball. That one rattles in. There's Braden Smith. And taking things slow. You don't got to always go it at 100 miles an hour. Pass inside. Bounce pass. Robert Ish, 2-ball. Off the mark. Mitty Gavin rebounds it.
And I mean, you know you have the open lane. You can't pass it. You gotta throw up the shot.
Oh, 3-ball. Rollins, that time he gets it.
And that's a huge three. Time is kind of winding down here nearing the end, and that's a big three for New Mexico.
A little less than 9 minutes to go. Smith bounce pass in, almost turned over. Traore 2-ball off the mark, and that's Gavin with the board.
And I don't know what he was thinking. He had the ball back in his hand. He just thought that time was winding down, but he had all the time in the world to pass it back out.
Jackson through the contact, no. Christian Davis with the rebound. Traore at the logo. Over to Robert Ish. Robert Ish draws a foul. Whew, that was close. Gavin called for his first. Jeez, the fact that he almost got that's kind of crazy. But here he is. The big piece of this Colorado team, maybe the most important. First free throw goes for him. Eight minutes and change left in the game. It is only a 2-point difference between these two teams. Now Sasan Washington back in the game. Pressure put on him. Blake right here. Gives it to Washington, but he's behind the half-line court, and he didn't even realize it.
And that's what you can't have coming near the end. You cannot go backwards. You've got to stay forward. You can't have these dumb moments in the final moments of the game.
Hayden Pierce now in the game for Abubakar Traore. And that was close. Now here's Pierce. Looking for somebody, and he finds the New Mexico defense. Now they're on the move. Now the Lobos are on the move. Blake gets absolutely rejected by Robert Ish.
And that's what it's like to have Robert Ish back on the court. He makes such a difference.
What a cut in by Christian Davis. That was a dangerous pass, but it paid off for the Buffs. Wyatt loads up a 2. Nothing. Rebounded by Robert. Now over to Braden Smith. Christian Davis beats it. Robert Ish from the paint. Got it.
Two-point lead for this Colorado team. They got to stay on it. They can't let this New Mexico team get back into it.
Adrian Murray. Oh, his guy falls over. He could just take a 3. Why didn't he? Why 2-ball blocked? I'm sorry. That was such a big missed opportunity. Oh, Stitt loses it. Sorry, go ahead.
That one play can cost New Mexico. They gotta play smarter basketball right now.
Oh, Smith gets no. That was a clean block. That was a clean block. Look.
That was such a late call. Oh my goodness.
That's terrible. That is a terrible call. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous.
Is that one call gonna change this entire game?
Could if Braden Smith hits these free throws. He's got the first one here. He got both. And now Maynard subs in for him with 6.5 minutes left in the ball game. It's an 8-0 run for Colorado. And they'll extend it possibly with more free throws here.
And I don't even know what's going on with this New Mexico team. They usually play a lot smarter. But right now, they're just playing sloppy basketball. They're giving the game away.
First free throw goes for Maynard. Colorado leads by 6. Still a lot of time. But this Lobos team have looked like a shell of themselves in this contest so far. And without a doubt, they need this timeout. What in the world does New Mexico have to do here to overcome what has been probably the sloppiest game of the season for them?
Hey, they gotta play like it's their coach's last game, because that's what's been going around. That's what a lot of rumors have been circling. You know, they gotta play a lot better. They're just playing dumb basketball right now. You know, these costly fouls, these backcourt violations. They gotta pick it up. They're seniors, for crying out loud. They should know how to play better basketball. They are just not playing like they belong here. And it's hard to see this team playing like this.
It's not what any of us are used to. Gavin Quick trigger gets the 2. Maybe that's the jolt that New Mexico needs. Of course, how does Colorado respond? Beal, deep 2, missed, rebounded by Jackson. Loudon gets the feed from Jackson. Gavin, no. Blake with the board and puts it in.
And this is what we've been needing from this New Mexico team to make a comeback. They got to start playing a little bit better basketball, and Colorado now playing a lot sloppier basketball.
I feel like they've been pretty sloppy all night long, but they've had a few moments where they strung together good possessions, but there they almost paid the price. They get to inbound it though. Davis in the corner. Time slowly trickling in this game. Pass in, Traore missed a shot. Loudon gets rejected. Traore trying to work his way in, gets stripped, but Robert Ish is there. Right place, right time. Robert. Stitt. Trying to drive in. He does. And foul called on Blake.
And that's another huge foul that's brought out by New Mexico. They gotta stop it. We're down to 5 minutes and a huge miss by Colorado.
Cameron Stitt with a big miss on his first free throw here. He will at least hit the second one. It's a 3-point gap with 5 minutes to go. The Mountain West outright champs are in danger zone. Rollins. Oh, he's in trouble. Rollins in trouble. He gets stripped. Davis. Traore 2-ball. No. Failed opportunity for Colorado. Loudon 3-pointer. Bang. We're tied.
And we're back in such an even game. We're tied 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Whoa, what a 3! Christian Davis! What a response!
Back-to-back threes by both teams. They are light out tonight.
Gavin 2-ball, got it! He wanted the foul call right there too, but refs didn't budge. Davis, he was thinking about it. I know he was thinking about trying it again. Smith, 2-ball, got it! And he also wanted a foul there. Less than 4 minutes to go. And it's knocked away. Whose ball is it going to be? New Mexico called for out of bounds.
I mean, what a dogfight for that ball. both teams on the ground. You know both of these teams want to move on, but only one can, and that comes down to absolute dogfight. You've got to fight for that ball.
New Mexico tried to keep it in. They just couldn't. Traore. Over to Ish. Now here's Davis. The short passes are the move. Traore. Davis tries to get it in, and New Mexico picks it up.
And just a bad pass. You know, a bad play by Colorado. They can't have that with only almost 3 minutes left here in the second half.
Matty Gavin drills the 2.
Colorado now only up being up by 1. Colorado's got to have a big play here.
Smith calling a play here from the logo. And turns it over.
This New Mexico team's got to take advantage of that turnover. They got to go.
Gavin 2 ball. New Mexico leads.
And you know, Colorado's got to shift into the paint when Mitty Gavin has the ball, because you know he's going to go right up. They got to draw the double team on Mitty Gavin when he has that ball.
Davis is going to slow it down. It's to Smith. Stitt 3 ball. Bang! What a shot!
And now they're up by 2.
What a shot! Blake. Rollins. Loudon. Blocked!
And a huge block. We are down to the 2-minute warning.
Christian Davis with a huge rejection on the opposite end. Now Traore just trying to find an open man, and it's almost turned over. Davis picks it up and drills the 2.
Big 2. And New Mexico's got to go. They maybe even need to call a timeout. They got to get it together. They can't have a turnover.
Loudon 3-pointer. Bang!
Bang! We're a 1-point game with 1:25 left.
Traore. This Colorado team got to come up with a big possession here, and it's knocked away.
It's knocked away. New Mexico can take advantage. We are coming down to a minute.
Gavin, deep 3.
No way.
No. Davis, Colorado. Just slow it down. Go ahead.
I was going to say New Mexico's got to play aggressive defense, and they do.
What in the world was Colorado thinking there? 45 seconds left.
And this is where New Mexico can drain down the clock, get the last second shot before the shot clock goes down. Oh my
Blake,
God, no.
3 ball. No, Gavin with the board though. Missed again, but gets blocked.
Oh my God.
What a stand by Colorado.
Oh my God. You can't make this up. I mean, what an absolute defensive play by Colorado.
Unbelievable. I thought Matty Gavin would convert on every single touch that he had with those rebounds. Colorado gives it up. What are they doing?
What a bonehead move. Oh my God.
Jackson 3-pointer. Bang!
Bang!
Colorado had the game in their hands. They had it.
Oh my God. Colorado with a bonehead of a move. Backcourt violation might just cost you the game.
What did we just watch? Oh my gosh. All you had to do is just inbound it cleanly.
But I mean, we can go back to where it all started. Matty Gavin, you have the ball in the paint. You get absolutely swatted. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And then Colorado, you take the ball up the court, and then they start fouling, and then backcourt violation. And then New Mexico hits the three. I mean, just what a sequence.
Unreal. Colorado down by 2. Smith hoists it up. They need to have a clean possession here. Clock winding down. Stitt. Pass it. Davis. 2-ball. Ties it.
We're tied.
And New Mexico's going to call a timeout.
Oh my goodness. This is what we expected by both teams. You knew coming into this game it was going to be a high-scoring game, and they are delivering. And this is only the first game tonight.
Unreal. Wow. Just wow.
But now there's, 6.9 seconds left? You got to go. You can't waste time drawing up a play. You got to get the shot up. And if it doesn't go, then we're going into overtime.
Seemingly, that is the strategy. That should be deployed right here.
I mean, I'm sorry, but I was gonna say, I'm gonna make a post, of, with all the clips from every single game from the first round, and this game was gonna be the highlight of the first round because what an absolute burner of a game.
At the very worst, overtime awaits these two teams. Or New Mexico wins. 5 seconds left. Jackson, feed, Rollin, Blake through the contact. No, we're going to overtime.
I mean, New Mexico had it. I mean, you had your star player having the ball, Mitty Gavin. You could have taken it and maybe even gotten a foul call. But we're going into overtime, ladies and gentlemen.
We have overtime basketball in March Madness. Something that many of us dream about, but very rarely see happen. Holy moly.
I mean, if you're missing this game, I just feel sorry because this is a great game.
Colorado's going to start out with it as Robert Ish wins the tip. Davis.
Colorado's going to start off big here with a big shot.
Smith. Cameron Stitt. Feed down low. What a dunk! And one!
Oh my God! One-handed slam right over Mitty Gavin, and that's just a huge poster.
Big day for Christian Davis. And he'll add to it. What a thunderous start to overtime. New Mexico's got to get this ball over half court. They do. Rollins. Being guarded here, New Mexico has not been scoreless for that long. But what a two!
But now they're not scoreless as, New Mexico. Oh, Colorado, another turnover.
A brain-dead one. Rollins trying to get free. He finally does. But Nick Jackson is trying to find his spot. Gavin, 2-ball. Got it.
Mexico taking the lead again. Colorado's got to do something big here. I mean, just look at the assists. Look at the rebounds. It is just a high advantage for both teams.
Oh, not just Cameron Stitt, and he knocks down the 2. That was almost turned over again.
this Colorado team, having no coach is such a dangerous team. They need somebody that could rebuild this team, and New Mexico takes the lead again.
Mitty Gavin right there with the shot. They have Tad Boyle, but it ain't Coach Provo, and it's knocked away and taken away. Rollins just slowing things down. Mexico trying to decide what they want to do here. Over to Blake. Blake 3-ball. Way off. Gavin with the board. And he puts it in.
And when Gavin goes up, he's going to get that ball right away. He is unstoppable when it comes to rebounding.
Robert Ish, near half court. Stitt rifles it. Davis pops the 2. No, it's missed. And Rollins picks it up.
Good defense there by New Mexico.
Extremely good defense. Rollins gives it up. Gavin 2-ball. No. Rebounded by Robert Ish. And the Buffs are running. Traore lays it up. No, but he gets the foul.
And that's a good foul. They're caused by Colorado. They needed that to get back into this game. They can't let New Mexico get hot. They gotta stay into this game.
Traore shanks the first free throw. He's had free throw trouble all night long.
I mean, that's been from everyone on Colorado. Their free throw tonight is just not doing too well.
They got the second one, but they're still down by 2. Rollins is going to get pressured here. Over to Jackson. They'll escape their own half court. Loudon over to Blake. Blake turnaround 2. What a shot!
And that was right over Ish, and that's a huge 2 by New Mexico. Colorado's got to go.
Traore over to Ish. Pass in. Smith 2-ball. Missed!
And he had a good shot going in. It just didn't want to fall in. No way.
No, on the 3. Colorado still got life here.
Almost ran out of bounds there.
That was close. Very close. Smith. And pass in. Davis with the big slam.
And now they're only down by 2. They got to play aggressive defense here.
What does Nick Jackson see here? Mitty Gavin. Little off-ball screen. Deep 2. No! Traore got it. Smith wants to drive in, and he'll slow things down. Trying to go in on Nick Jackson. Stitt. Smith. No!
Oh!
A rush shot there.
That's where you got to go into the basket and draw the foul. But this is where they got to play aggressive defense. And no!
Davis called for the reach-in. Jeez. And oof, that was close. Jackson tiptoeing there. Smith tried to rip him. Gavin 2-ball. Bang!
Bang! And that could be it. Colorado with the timeout down by 4.
You know what's crazy to me? They had the game in their hands at the end. If they kept the ball in the right half of the court, I think they would have won this game already. But now they're 4 points down, and they're on the verge of losing this one, ultimately because of their own mistakes.
I mean, it just, by the end of the night, you can kind of say it came down to these costly turnovers. It came down to stupid fouls. That's the only way you can blame it if you lose this game. I mean, you gotta play better basketball when it comes to March Madness, because this is where dreams are made. This is where you gotta play better basketball.
Less than 30 seconds left. Colorado's just got to move. Traore's just sitting, gives it off. Robert Ish, 2-ball, got it. But I think they're now forced to foul here. And that's Robert Ish's 4th foul. That's not fine.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, fouling is going to be good, but you can't have Robert Ish foul out. You need him on the court.
You also need Braden Smith there. He's not going to survive, is he?
Good.
He's not.
No, he's not.
Cyrus Maynard now has to do the job.
And Braden Smith only 8 points tonight. I mean, he missed the entire first half, and he only ends up with 8 points here tonight.
Nick Jackson hits the first free throw. Huge. With the second one. Misses it!
Oh my God!
Colorado's got a chance here.
Would we... I mean, I don't know if this is the first time, but could we win this for the first time? Second overtime here in March Madness?
It's possible. But the Buffaloes have to play their cards right here. They have to set up either a tremendous three-point look, or simply put, get to the rim, draw a foul, but also hit that thing.
But the good thing is that you still have Ish out there, but the bad thing is you don't have Smith. So you know Colorado's got to look to Ish, and you know Ish has got to go up, and hopefully there's a foul call.
Well, they also have Christian Davis. Let's not forget about him. He has also been a spark plug for this team. Maynard has done some solid work too, but realistically, it's either Robert Ish or Christian Davis. Third option is Cameron Stitt. Otherwise, the other two guys in the court, Maynard and Traore, have to serve as decoys in a way. If Colorado is to get off a three-point look or just get it down to the rim, a mid-range look here is not going to do.
Coming out of this timeout, you have to have a good game plan. You have to have the right three-pointer to hopefully tie up this game.
Colorado's got 13 seconds here. Stitt!
No.
Deep shot! No! Rebounded by Gavin. I think this one's it.
And that's where the vertical comes into play. Mitty Gavin just able to reach over, and I'm surprised that wasn't called for a over the back of foul.
I'm also surprised, but I guess he's so dang tall that he just simply was that much bigger than whoever was down low with him.
I mean, a great game by Colorado, just a disappointing ending. You know, you go back, those costly fouls, the stupid turnovers, and that just kind of cost you this game.
Colorado calls another timeout, but I just don't see it. They had their chance. Instead, it was a wild shot, but it ended up. I think it ended up still being a three-point look. But yeah, that's. I think ultimately this one's gonna end right here.
But you know, this Colorado team is so good. It's just so sad that they don't have a coach. They are a good team.
They're all right. They were a bit, how do I say it? Inconsistent this season, but they've always put up a fight against the bigger teams, and have definitely done so tonight. But ultimately, like they have for majority of the season, they just didn't have enough. Man. 8 seconds left in this one. Colorado wants any chance right here. Hoist up a shot as soon as you have one open. 4 seconds left, and they're just sitting. You got to hoist something up. Stitt. That's it. The Lobos survive this Buffalo Stampede and are going to the round of 32. Instant thoughts and reactions on after this game.
You know, it was a sloppy start for both teams in the first half, but they were able to pick it back up, you know, sending this game into overtime. But it was New Mexico, you know, scratching and crawling to the near end, and now they get for either Michigan State or Florida Gulf Coast, is that name right of the team? Oh, they get ready for one of those teams in the second round, but you know, it just came down to those costly fouls and those costly mistakes and the turnovers. And you know, Colorado's, you know, it's just a sad ending for this good team.
Good, but not good enough to close out the game and to put themselves through. Congratulations to New Mexico on surviving and advancing. With that said, coming up next, in a little bit, we are going over to the Carrier Dome to witness 13-seed Iona take on 4-seed UConn. The winner of this game will go on to play those red-hot BYU Cougars in the round of 32. Folks, don't go anywhere. The night has just begun.